Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dan here from Sports Cards UK, and in today's video we're going to be looking at my graded card collection. So this isn't something that I've ever done on the channel before. I'm trying to bring some new style of content, some collection based content in terms of different cards that I have from different sets and series and that sort of thing. And for this particular video, it's quite an exciting one. I'm going to go through all of the graded cards that I do own. So I have been to the storage and I've got the cards out of storage. These are, I believe, all of the graded cards I own. I have pretty much taken everything out of storage, so this should be it. It's not a whole heap, but there is a cool amount of cards to show you, all of which I do plan on selling at some point, maybe apart from one or two. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the video and take a look at some of these cards. So we're going to start off with a card that I think is quite a funny one, and that is this one here. So that is going to be the BCCG 1990 to 2000 Upper Deck Michael Jordan. Now this isn't a card that's worth a lot at all. I mean, it's got a massive ding on the top right hand corner. This is a bit of a lesson, I suppose. Do not just buy cards because they're graded or because they look good in a slab or whatever. And don't just buy any sort of card graded, and don't buy into any sort of grading company. Stick with Beckett, as in BGS, not BCCG. Stick with PSA and stick with SGC. Those three I would say stick with. There are plenty of other ones. There's plenty of other three-letter company grading name companies out there. I would stick with those three. I'd stick with BGS, I'd stick with PSA, and I'd stick with SGC. This is a perfect example of probably me losing money on a card here. I think I probably paid under 10 quid for this or something like that. Not a card that has loads of value. It's the end of Jordan's career. Yeah, just really pointless. Silly purchase, that one. But that is the first card. Now next up, one that I think is the one that I've shown off most recently. A more sensible purchase here. This is an Oleg Blokhin rookie sticker from 1975. This guy's a Ballon d'Or winner, played for Dinamo. Very, very popular player. And you can see he plays for the USSR at the bottom there. There we go. So it's a Panini figure. It's got a nice case. It's SGC. It's the old SGC slabs. It's not the new one with the big writing. This is the old SGC slabs, the Sports Cards Grading, or Sports Cards Guarantee LLC, it says. And there we go. So a nice football graded card there. Next up, we have someone that I've probably lost a bit of money on. I probably paid about £50 for this. This was Pete Alonso. These cards were printed in the absolute high numbers. Like, these are so common, this particular 2019 Topps rookie card. I do think he's gonna make a comeback. Now is probably a terrible time to sell for Pete Alonso. I'm hoping in the new season he does a bit better than he did in the previous season. I know he struggled with kind of fast balls, and he had a breakout season in his first season. The second season wasn't too good, but it was a weird season with COVID and kind of a shorter season. So hopefully we'll see Pete Alonso hit loads of homers and this card goes up in value. But this is obviously a PSA 10, the best grade that you can get. GEMMT stands for Gem Mint. And yeah, these are the sorts of cards that you want to go for. If you can go for a PSA 10, great. I know PSA are quite strict. I know people are getting their cards back now. I've got just under 100 cards in two separate submissions with PSA. So there will be videos covering those, I promise. And PSA are apparently harder on the 10s now. So the 10s maybe are becoming a little bit more valuable. If you can kind of pick up 10s, then by all means go for it. Now next up, we have one of the other grading companies that I mentioned, which is Beckett, which is BCG. It's BGS. Now this is a BGS 9.5. This is essentially equivalent to a 10. However, there is a Beckett graded 10. So there is a 10 kind of black label card. I I guess this is, you can see it's got a centering 10 on there, edges 9.5, corners 9.5, surface 9. So this is probably a fairly close to true gem mint 9.5 by BGS. This is obviously Lonzo Ball, not my greatest investment. I am going to be patient with him. He is becoming a lot better. There was a huge problem when he was at the Lakers with his shooting. His three-point shooting was just off. His form didn't look great. It's been something that he's working on. I continue to see those alley-oop passes to Zion, who's been unbelievable this season. So more of that from Lonzo Ball. And obviously with improved shooting, he could do well. Obviously being overshadowed probably a little bit at the moment by LaMelo, who's currently tipped to be the Rookie of the Year. But without much competition, maybe apart from Ant-Man and a few others. But yeah, I think LaMelo is going to be way better than Lonzo Ball. I think a lot of people did say that LaMelo was the best of the brothers, but yeah, I'm kind of holding out on Lonzo, and hopefully I can maybe get a little bit more than I paid for this back. And I do actually have one of these out for PSA as well, so maybe I'll get a BGS 9.5 and a PSA 10. Who knows? Next up, another card that I stupidly bought just because it was cheap. This is a 1996 Fleer Michael Jordan Stackhouse PSA 6. You really kind of don't want to be going for anything PSA 8 and below. PSA 8 sometimes is okay, but anything below that you probably want to avoid unless the cards are very old. So, for example, I've got the Oleg Blokhin is, I think, the equivalent there of like a PSA 3 or 4, but that's okay because the card's from 1975. This card's from 1996, so you shouldn't really be buying these in a PSA 6. If you get them in a PSA 6, great, probably sell it. But as a buyer and as an investor, I'd probably stay away from these. So we all make mistakes. You can see it as me as an investor. I've learned these things. I've made mistakes throughout the process. But yeah, this wouldn't be a recommendation of mine. Buying a 1996 Michael Jordan insert in a PSA 6. There you go. I paid £13.14 for it. So I didn't pay a lot for it. But is it worth it? I mean, maybe I could make a flip on that. I'm actually surprised I paid that for it, but there you go. One of those kind of eBay bids, I guess, which no one was really that interested in. Now, next up, one card that I am particularly happy with at the moment. I'll show you both of these because they're the same player. This is Wander Franco. Currently hit a home run the other night. His cards went flying through the roof. I played decent prices for these. I think 48.76. I can't have paid 48.76 for both. I'm not sure what's happened there, but I think they were both under 50 quid. Really happy with both of these. So this is the paper version and this is the chrome version. So this is the Bowman's first card. So this is the first card of his. If you're looking for Wander Franco, these are kind of the cards that you want to go for, is the Bowman's first and Bowman's chrome first. Both in a Gem Mint 10. So really happy with these, and I think he's going to be a great star on an exciting team. Now, next up, another baseball card. A lot of the cards that I do own that are graded are baseball cards for the moment. The ones that I've sent off are basketball, and then I've sent off more like plenty of football as well on the second submission. So I will have a kind of a nice variety. And this one, we've got one that's doesn't have too much value. This is I don't have a price on it, but this is a Ronald Acuna rookie debut. Now, you want to kind of watch out for the rookie debuts, as the Topps update tend to have less value than the actual normal Topps cards or the Topps Chrome versions of these. So it isn't one that has high value, as there's kind of three or four different versions of this. This was the Topps update where they use the same image and just have rookie debut. You kind of want to stay away from the rookie debuts. They don't have too much value. But if it's a player like Ronald Acuna Jr., it still will have some value. As his cards are doing really well at the moment. Now, we do have another Ronald Acuna Jr. This is the 2018 Topps Holiday. Again, it's another set that's not going to hold as much value as the original. You can see it's got all the sort of snowflakes and everything around it. It still does have decent value. It's still got the rookie card logo on. and you can see it's the same image as this one here, which is the Topps Complete Set. And if you can actually pull the card out of the Series 1, that again has more value than both of these cards. So it's a kind of a, you have to be researching into what you can buy, because there's another version of this which has way more value than this one, which I've got out for grading. And then there's obviously this one which has less value than this one, all with a very, very similar image. So make sure you kind of know what you're investing in. So this has a decent value. This is the complete set. The reason it doesn't have as much value is because you would literally buy the complete set. So you can't, it's guaranteed in the set that you buy, it's not packed. Whereas the one that you packed obviously has more value because it's rarer. I guess less were printed. So PSA will label the card complete set, which you can see up at the top. So do look out for that. If you're buying Ronald Acuna Jr., you can see it says Series 2 up at the top here. The code will be different. And then on the holiday one, you can see it says holiday up in the top right hand corner. So you can see it clearly. Probably paid, way overpaid for this particular one, looking at that price. Next up, we have a decent card, which is the Topps Chrome, a much better card to go for than the previous two. This is the 2018. Again, it's Topps Update or Topps Chrome Update series. But Topps Chrome does tend to have some decent value. If you can kind of keep the cards in these PSA sleeves, the tight ones, they do tend to look a lot better than these sort of flimsy, crappy ones that I've got. Something that I would recommend. This almost looks like it doesn't have a sleeve on it, but it's just one of the really tight ones. But yeah, Ronald Acuna Jr., someone that I've invested in, someone that I seem to have got right, hopefully, should his cards not plummet, which I'm sure they won't. And then kind of a fun little card that cost me probably less than, I think, £30. This is the 2018 Topps Update insert. Generally, you don't really want to be going for inserts. You want to be going for the kind of the base cards, like this one. But this was a fun one that I liked, has kept as part of the PC, where I'm probably going to sell a lot of my Ronald Acuna Jr. cards. I did want to pick up a cheap one for the PC, like that one, so I can remember the player, and in years' time I can go, oh great, I remember when I flipped and invested in Ronald Acuna Jr. So next up, we have the case. So a couple of people asked me on the storage video that I did, which I'll link up on screen somewhere, what was the case that I used. So this is a Peli 1120 case. You can get this from Peli Products. This obviously isn't a sponsored video, I wish. But this kind of controls the sort of humidity of the, or it controls the temperature within here. So that temperature rises can actually get in PSA cases and can cause bubbles. It's probably not something that you would have to worry about too much within the UK. We don't see temperatures go through the roof, and as long as you're not keeping them on windowsills, you'd probably be okay. But I do like these for extra protection. It does come with the kind of the little foam thing, and it's easy to keep all the cards in storage using one of these. So first up, we've got this is the first graded card that I ever bought. This is the 1999 Japanese Holo Neo Genesis. I think this is from this particular card is from. This is obviously from 1999, so it was the year that Pokemon came out. So it's one of the really early sets. Obviously not base set, but one of the Genesis sets were, I think they did come after kind of Fossil and some of the real early sets. So this is a card that I think I picked up for about £40 on eBay, and we're talking 6-7 years ago. I wanted to get a graded card. It's one that I particularly liked and liked the look of. I kind of just guessed. I didn't necessarily know too much about Pokemon. I just thought it looked really cool, and the holo pattern on it was really, really nice. So I'm happy with this. The English version of this is apparently one of the hardest cards to grade in the Pokemon TCG. Not too sure about the Japanese. I have heard Japanese is easier to grade than English sets, but yeah, happy with this purchase. Next up, we've got the Larry Bird, which is for the PC. So this is only a PSA 6. I do also have this card in a PSA 8, which of course I paid a little bit more for. I picked these cards up really, really cheap. So this is from the 1986 Fleer sticker. So these aren't actually cards, these are stickers. Same set as the Michael Jordan rookie sticker, which I'll show you in a second. Which I suppose I've just ruined the surprise for that, but I'm sure you may or may not know if I own that one. But Larry Bird, yeah, one of my favourite players, if not my favourite player of all time. So had to pick a couple of his cards up. We've also got the We've also got the Magic Johnsons. So we did get the Magic Johnson card from the same set. Again, PSA 6. It was more kind of for the PC and maybe to flip during the documentary. So we'll see with that one. Whether I keep that or whether I don't, I'm not sure. This is currently on eBay at the moment. It is kind of on there at a kind of a bit of a ridiculous price, but I'm going to see what I can get for it. This is a Pikachu Japanese XY promo holo card. So you can see the whole card is actually, I don't know if it's going to catch it on camera, but the whole card is kind of holo apart from the actual picture. So it's kind of like a reverse holo, I think they call it. But it's him kicking a football, so it's kind of a crossover of soccer and Pokemon that I really liked. Picked this up recently. It is a promo, so you can see it's a Black Star promo, so it will say promo on the bottom corner here, just here. But yeah, one that I was really, really happy with. So there's that. My favourite card in my entire collection is this one here, which is the Michael Jordan rookie sticker. So this is the Fleer 1986 rookie sticker in a PSA 8. It does say OC, so you will see some different variants of PSA 8s. OC means off-center. So I guess, yeah, you can see it's very, very off-center on the back there in terms of the way it's printed. But the front isn't too bad. Top to bottom, it's not great, but left to right, it's okay. But yeah, you can see the back is kind of all wonky and way off. But this is it's quite an old PSA label, this particular one. But yeah, really, really happy with this particular pickup. It was the first sports card I ever purchased, and it's probably the one that I'm most happy with, and I probably will keep it forever, just because it's the kind of the memory is there for the first card I picked up. Next up, we've got a Jason Tatum. This is a PSA 10 of his NBA Hoops card. Probably one of the cheapest rookie cards you can pick up of Jason Tatum, but it's one that I really like. It's Gem Mint 10. I picked it up for probably less than 50 quid. Really, really cheap at the time. I picked it up purely because he was a good player for the Celtics. I thought he was going to be a good player. He's been playing unbelievably at the moment. I just hope he stays with the Celtics. Our team's not great. I mean, we're not really kind of gelling too much. We got the Nets, obviously, in the playoffs, which is a tough team to come up against. But yeah, I do believe in Jason Tatum. We've also got the man of the moment, Fernando Tatis Jr., which is the last card. He's been playing unbelievably. I've got another one out for these for grading and another Topps Chrome version of this particular card. And this is, I paid a decent amount of money, I think, maybe close to £80, I think I paid for this. And this is his Gem Mint 10. I did take pictures on my Instagram of the cards pretty much as soon as I bought them, so you can kind of see when I purchased them. I can't remember off the top of my head, probably should have done the research, but not a lot of these cards were purchased recently, only because I've sent a lot of cards off for grading, so I know I'm going to have a lot of graded cards soon, so I'll wait for those to come back. And I suppose the kind of the future of I suppose the strategy that I'm going to be using going forward is to try and kind of get rid of all of my raw cards. I want to kind of grade as much as I possibly can. I'm also kind of getting rid of cards that I was going to grade, and I'm just kind of sending some of them off raw or selling some of them raw, just because grading prices are going to go up. I'm probably trying to build as much capital as I can at the moment to grade as much as I possibly can. That's kind of where my focus is saving the money to get everything graded. But my kind of future is really just to invest in graded cards. I kind of want to move away from investing in raw cards, and I kind of want to look at just buying graded cards as soon as the graded cards for everyone in the UK come back onto the market. I'm expecting in the next few months tons and tons of graded cards to come in on eBay from Europe, where I can purchase without the worry of additional shipping charges or holding charges. Or I know sometimes in Europe you're going to get the 20% VAT charges and other bits and pieces, but if I can buy directly from UK sellers, which is the plan, that's something that I'm going to hopefully look to do going forward in my investing career, if you want to call that, or hobby even. But there we go. I hope you did enjoy this particular video. I hope you did enjoy some of the cards that you've seen in this particular video. If you own any of these cards, or if you've got any of these cards out for grading, do let me know. If you like any of the players, again, do let me know down in the comments. It'd be good to have a kind of a conversation down there. And yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please do drop a big like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much.